Hey, it's Chad. I've not done a video in a while, and been doing quite a bit of hiking lately. So, sort of, my long-term goal is to hike the entire Appalachian Trail. So I've been doing a lot of hikes and trying to prepare myself for it. So I'm on a section of the trail right now, but not my typical adventure, but stick around. The first leg of this has been all uphill. Whew. I'm not in bad shape. I'm definitely not in good shape, so taking a break. I'm somewhere in the, I think it's called Iron Mountain Gap area, so taking 5, get a drink of water, and back on the trail. Man, I need a downhill somewhere. Whew. I'm 52 years old, live on a motorcycle, homeless, hiking parts of the Appalachian Trail, and I hope this picks it up. But this is, let me see if I can zoom in. This is what it's all about. I can't zoom it. Shit. Man, beautiful mountains. And then, I'm sure this won't pick it up, but over top of that mountain, I can see more over behind it. This is what makes it worth it. And another good thing is, I think I'm at the very top of this mountain. So it's downhill for a little ways. Thank goodness. Gorgeous. All right, I zoomed this thing up as far as it'll go, but man, I mean, it's beyond words. Absolutely beautiful. All right. Hey. Well, just made a discovery here. That's it. It's ginseng. It's a 3-prong. It's pretty. It's got a good stalk too. The berries have already fallen off. Still green. But back when I was young, and that's how I made extra spending money, ginsenging. Just going out in the woods and digging these roots. I think right now it's going for like $800 to $1,000 a pound, but it takes quite a bit to make a pound. And I'm not going to dig that. Let it live. Oh, let the next person enjoy it. So, all right, back on the trail. Later. Man, it's like I just keep going uphill, uphill, uphill. Up a mountain, down a mountain, around a mountain, and back up again. Looks like I'm at the top of this one though, so hopefully I'll be downhill run for a little bit. Somebody's camped here. Nice fire pit. It's actually a really nice place to camp, but I need to go further. I gotta find water. I'm down to a bottle and a drink. Finally hit downhill. Whew. I'm on top of the world, but the tree cover you still don't have a view. So, oh, get with it. I debated on bringing trail runner shoes or these boots. I'm glad I took the boots. All these rocks and the roots. Need it for ankle support. There's a view out through there, but I can't see it for the trees. There's some there's some view through the mountains, but still the trees have it blocked. I've been descending, but I'm still way up. So, nice. Oh my goodness, what a view. I hope it shows up on the GoPro. Camera can't do this justice. Wow. Look at that. Amazing. Well, that was rough. 12.5 miles, and for the last 3 miles to the side of a mountain and nowhere to set up. Luckily, it's too dark to see it, but I found a little spot right here. Perfect. So, set up camp. All right. I don't know if you can see or hear me. It's still a little bit dark, but my plan was to go about 11 miles or so yesterday. Ended up doing right at 17. This part of the trail, it just goes around the mountains and goes around mountains and goes around mountains. The trail's only like 2 feet wide, straight up, straight down, nowhere to put a tent. So I had to walk in the dark a little bit. I'm hoarse. But, yep, set up camp. Had a good night's sleep. So, show you a little bit of what I'm using. My tent is a Hilleberg Nyack, and I absolutely love it. My bag is a Nemo Disco, 15 degree. I love it too. But one of the best purchases I made recently was this sleeping pad. It's the Klymit V2. I'm not even sure they make them anymore, but super cheap. And what I was using was a Sea to Summit Comfort Plus, and the thing was way more comfortable than this one, but it was way too big, so I toned it down. This one's like, I could get 5 or 6 of these as the size of that Sea to Summit. But breaking down camp and finishing this trail out later. Here, one more thing about this little static V2 tent or sleeping pad. It's got all these little air chambers, and even though you have to blow it up, it only takes like 10 breaths to blow it up. It's super light, and it's actually pretty comfortable. I'll show you what it looks like when it's packed up. All right. It only takes a couple minutes to pack this thing up, but you can see the size of it. Packs up really small. And my old pad, if I remember right, was as big as the sleeping bag. I think it's bigger than the sleeping bag. So, yeah, it saved a ton of room. All right, let me get the tent tore down and get on the trail later. All right, there's what happens when you don't really prepare with your maps. Just 200 yards from where I camped last night was this shelter. Well, that's sickening. So, all right, I gotta go find water. I can hear a road, so I think I'm only like 2-3 miles from the end, or at least the end of this trek. It's paralleling a creek, and I was gonna fill up my water bottles. Another mistake, I should have done it. And the trails moved away from the creek, so worst case scenario, I got a half a bottle or so. I don't have far to go. So, some rough stuff, man. Let's get to the bottom. I'll probably just filter out one bag and be done. Well, got right to the end of the trail and the GoPro quit working, so I didn't get to put a finish on it. Got picked up, and I actually had my parents pick me up, and got my gear at their house, so I came back here and swapped GoPros and put an A into it. But pretty crappy ending to a pretty boring hike in the woods. So, but anyway, thanks for watching. Later.